Top 10 NFL Cornerbacks 5-1 2016 edition. Number 5, Joe Hayden, age 28. Joe Hayden, one of my favorite players to watch, honestly, like, honest to goodness, honest to God, he is amazing for years. So loyal to the city of Cleveland, just a guy that day in and day out works to become the best he can be, and I have to put him top 5. He's just been so consistent for his whole career. It's been unfortunate to have him be injured for most of 2015, 2016, missing 3 games, but he's definitely getting back his groove of what he wants to be, of course, and I definitely think he had a very productive year. He may have not had his best year, but I wouldn't say he had his worst year. Honestly, I would say when he's on the field, he impacts the Browns' defense tremendously. Like, it really is a tremendous feat what he does. Like, he really does impact this entire defense day in and day out. They need Joe Hayden's leadership. They need him on the field. I think just Cleveland's team just really has a pretty solid defensive foundation, in my honest opinion. But having Joe Hayden there with that secondary, I really do believe he makes the secondary look better because of his leadership, because of him. So I would say without a Joe Hayden, they're just a young defense with no true leader. So that's why I do believe that this team, I think this could be a surprise team this year, honestly, Cleveland. You never know what they could do. Honestly, it all depends. What I've seen right now in the preseason with Kaiser could be a pretty solid QB. You never know. Anyway, Cleveland, back to them, and Joe Hayden. He has 3 years, $30.5 million. That's his contract right now. His status, pretty good, not bad. Getting signed to a pretty good deal. I do believe this guy will be staying in Cleveland. I feel like he would. But if in that 3-year span they don't see any change at all in terms of playoff positioning and they don't even get anywhere, I could see Joe Hayden leaving to a possible team in that future where they are contending, and I can see him try to contend for a Super Bowl. I would love to see him in the playoffs for sure. Never seen him in the playoffs. I would love to see him in action. That's a guy that I've been dying to see what he does as a cornerback in the playoffs against the best receivers. I would love to see that. Now, this year, 13 games he played, 13 he started, 3 interceptions for no touchdowns, 11 pass deflections, and combined 48 tackles. So, pretty productive year. Unfortunately, I know, didn't get to be in the Pro Bowl. Hasn't been in the Pro Bowl 2 straight years now. But he still needs to always be in consideration of being a top corner in the league because of his play. He just consistently is pretty great at shutting down guys. So I can't wait, and I just want to see Joe Hayden back to his old self next year. I hope he plays almost all the games. I hope he improves dramatically from the past 2 years, and I hope he gets a Pro Bowl, and I hope he shows off to all these guys that, yeah, I'm here, and I'm one of the best corners in the game. I would love to see that. So, but right now, he is number 5 out of respect from Joe Hayden. Number 4, Chris Harris Jr., age 28. Chris Harris Jr., fantastic cornerback, shutdown corner. Other side of Talib, of course. Those two are fantastic, great duo. You know, they just don't let many passes, they don't let many touchdowns go through. Honestly, they're guys that really just shut down guys, and it's going to be pretty fun to see him again with Darren Stewart and TJ Ward. You know their secondary. It's one of my favorite in the NFL. Chris Harris Jr. has, as of right now, a 3-year, $25.5 million deal, so not bad. Like I said, he's been in Denver all his career. I haven't actually said that, but he has been in Denver all his career. But like I said, in terms of his ability, he's got great ball skills, and he's just a great defender. Again, I would say he's better than Joe Hayden because of health, but I wouldn't give him the edge over Peterson, Peters, or Sherman. I think those 3 are just a lot better in terms of just overall corner. They've been consistently with it. Not saying Chris Harris hasn't at all. He's been pretty great. It's really hard to compete with corners, because corners are just really hard to really debate. There's a lot of good corners out there. There's a lot of great NFL corners, good and great. And to debate number one, you can make a case for a lot of these guys to be number one, honestly. And like I said, Chris Harris coming out of Kansas, and from what I heard, not even being drafted. That's pretty amazing. What he's been able to accomplish, how he's been able to accomplish it at the corner position, just shutting down guys. 16 games he played, 15 he started. He had 2 picks. He had 11 pass deflections. He had 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and combined 63 tackles. So great at tackling. Can get some picks in there. He's not really a multiple kind of. He doesn't really get many picks in the season. He does bat balls down. He's like I said, pretty great. Unfortunately, no, he didn't make the Pro Bowl, or he didn't make the playoffs, so we couldn't really see Chris Harris Jr. Perform. But yes, he did make the Pro Bowl, and he did make a first-team All-Pro of 2016. So this is first-team All-Pro. So very exciting for him. Very exciting news. And like I said, he's just proven how great he's been. He really has been covering guys well, and he's just been just an all-around great corner. I wish him nothing but the best. And yes, he is number 4 on this list as of right now. Maybe he'll be even higher. You never know. Number 3, Patrick Peterson, age 27. So, Patrick Peterson, like I said, one of the best corners. Literally, what can I say? He's a great corner. He's a superstar. A key point to this Arizona Cardinals defense, and arguably one of the best corners in the game. I just give him number 3. It sounds really low. It's just the best corner of the game for the past 2 years. Not overall. I'm just saying the past 2 years has been Marcus Peters, due to just what he's been able to do. I know it benefits when you have an Eric Berry and a really good defense up there, but Arizona's had quite a great defense as well. Seahawks have had great defense as well. So that doesn't matter. It matters how you do on your own, covering one-on-one guys, and just being a corner, a physically just active guy. Marcus Peters has been really active. For people that are like questioning his character, throw that off already, because he's proving that he can ball. He can straight up ball. And Sherman, another guy, fantastic guy. I just put him number 1. I don't know. He's definitely one of those guys that could be number 1. It's really a debate for me. I still struggle to see which one I should put number 1, because Sherman's not always the definitive number 1 for me. And you'll find out who number 1 is later. Because as of right now, I do give him an edge in terms of just how he's been able to do. He just doesn't get enough credit for what he does. People don't really throw his way, just like Patrick Peterson. People don't really throw their way, but when they do, they make up the most opportunities as they can, and they are extremely successful. They're just shut down guys. They really are. And Patrick Peterson has something that Sherman can't do, and that's he's really fast, so he can do punt returns, kick returns kind of guy, He's, like I said, he's been proving to the entire world how valuable he is in the NFL, Patrick Peterson-wise. I got to give it to Patrick. He's been doing work. He's been putting in work. He's been doing it for years now. Now, hasn't missed a start. He's got 4 years, $56.01 million left on his contract. Very good. Hasn't missed a start his entire career. You're looking at 3 picks. You're looking at 6 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, 50 tackles. Didn't get to the playoffs. Had 13 returns for 81 yards, 1 return for 11 yards, kick return there. And overall, didn't make an All-Pro. Was a Pro Bowler. And, that's just what should matter, is that he's one of the top in the game. But like I said, he's still learning. He's still trying to develop. It's just Marcus Peters, his development is more than I've ever asked for. I actually, like I said, I was going to put I was going to have Patrick Peterson, Richard Sherman kind of discussion to see which one should be number one. But Marcus Peters also has to be in the discussion just because the past 2 years he's proven, and he's been relatively healthy. He really has for his time being in 2 years. He's just been all over the field. He's been just so active and pretty scary. He's just a really scary corner, honestly. So for me to not put him in that respected place, it was a very hard decision for me. These three, it really was. It really was. I just would give the edge to Marcus Peters and Sherm more than Peterson. But Patrick, just keep doing what you do. I appreciate you. I think you're, like I said, one of the most dominant corners in the game and well respected for the most part. So just got to keep doing what he's doing. I really believe anything can happen, and he could be all on his way to being the number one guy. You just never know. Number 2, Marcus Peters, age 24. Now, first of all, he's only 24 years old. First of all, this is a guy that, like I said, was very questioned for in terms of attitude. What was he gonna do? Is he gonna be good, or is he just gonna, kind of not show up? The thing that really impressed me most is that eventually people are not going to target him as much, just because what he's been able to do is awesome. It really is awesome. It's something that even Richard Sherman did when he was earlier in his career, where he had like 8 interception seasons, 8, 7 around there. Like, he was fantastic. Like, they just don't hand them the ball that much anymore, which is Peterson and Sherman, because they're just well respected. This guy will be eventually not being thrown to that side. Like, it'll literally be shut down. It really will. Like, honestly, I don't see anything coming out of Peters' side soon, just because he's just that deadly. He makes the most out of opportunities. He's a great corner, and he's very active. Like I said, the past 2 years he has been, in my opinion, the best corner in the game, active-wise. Numbers-wise, of course, but like active-wise, he's just been great, man. He's been awesome. He's been putting up great numbers. You're looking at 8 interception season his rookie year, and then we're like, well, is he gonna slump at all in the sophomore? He didn't slump at all. 2 years, $5.87 million left in his contract. Of course, he's going to get paid a lot more than that after his contract is done. He's going to be, I would say, Kansas City's probably going to pay him to try to be. He probably wants to be the highest paid corner in the game, and in all honesty, I really do believe that. He's showing it. He's really showing he's a value to his team and a value to the league and a value in this position. In the league, that you've got to put him high up in there. And you're looking at what he's been doing: 55 combined tackles, 15 games he played and started, 6 picks, 20 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 3 fumble recoveries. Yeah, he's active. He gets there. He really gets there. And you're looking at the one playoff game that Kansas City they had, 6 combined tackles for a pass deflection. No interceptions. I understand, but it's something. And that earned him an All-Pro. It earned him a Pro Bowl, and it should earn him more respect from his peers, I think, just because he's just been, like I said, he's just been that great. He really has, and you just got to keep it up. He's already on pace to being the best corner in the game and compete for Peterson very, very soon for the best corner in the game. Sherm, I just say because his age starting to, we can see maybe decline. I don't know. All I know is that those 3 will definitely be battling for the best corner for a while. Number 1, Richard Sherman, age 29. For some of you guys are going to hate me. I feel like some of you will actually agree. Some of you will definitely not agree, and they'll be like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? You're stupid or whatever. You guys do have a lot of great comments for me negatively at times. So that's whatever. I'm used to it now. But you don't understand how much this man has really meant to the Legion of Boom. Okay? First of all, a lot of people talk about Earl. A lot of people talk about Cam. A lot of people talk about Bobby Wagner. A lot of people talk about Richard Sherman, of course, and his mouth. But the thing is, he really backs it up when he says a lot of stuff. He's actually a really smart guy, first of all. Comes from a really it's Compton, dude. Like I can't just like you should know what Compton, California is. It's one of the most dangerous cities. A lot of gangs, a lot of violence, a lot of kids got to be grown up in there trying to get away, to get out. He was a dominant. He was just a dominant student. He really was. High grades. Went to Stanford. Played receiver at Stanford. Didn't get any recognition. Went the 5th round, 2011. And look where we're at now. We're at a time where he's literally proven that he is the best. There was moments where people were like, well, he doesn't cover the best receiver. Then you saw his game against Des Bryant. Proved he can cover some great receivers. He really can. You're saying, oh, he's too tall. He can't. He's Richard Sherman, dude. He's a big corner. But that's also pretty cool just to see how his ball skills, like he thinks like a receiver, but he plays the corner position, right? And he plays it super well. He's really, really involved. Nice guy. He really is a nice guy. After all, actually, he really is. He's always been a nice guy, but people assume confidence, brashness, of course, typical of people's opinions nowadays. But confident, and confident that he'll do his best, confident that he can cover the man, and he's just confident to being just, he's a great reader. He's smart, like I said, very intellectual, and he's proven that he's one of the best in the game for a while now. He really has, like quietly has done so. And I mean, you saw kind of a big part of their whole Super Bowl kind of upset was also that the guys weren't really healthy. You know, Richard was definitely not healthy, and you question maybe his toughness, the fact that he played on a bum shoulder. You know, it was really bad, his shoulder. He was playing on that. He tackled one person with one arm. Like, you can see, like, he really wants to win. And that's something that you guys should understand, is that he is one of these guys on this list, out of many on this list, that want to win really badly and want to prove and stuff. And he's got a lot to prove. He wants to prove it out there to people. And it's really nice to see this guy really evolving into a star, you know. And kind of a great movement, just a great voice for the NFL, honestly. A voice we really need. You're looking at Sherman, 2 years, $28 million, his contract status. 16 games he played, 16 he started, 4 interceptions, 13 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, 4 combined 58 tackles. So if that doesn't give you anything, I mean, you know, just look at his games. Just like I said, pretty great, really, really good. Combined 13 tackles for him in the 2 games that they played in the playoffs. He did have a punt return for 6 yards. And overall, no, he wasn't an All-Pro, but he did make the Pro Bowl. And like I said, exceptional corner. And right now he is the best because he's proven it day in and day out. Also because 5th round, people don't really get believed much. That's another great story, is that he gets drafted really late, and he's proven to be one of the key guys on this defense. So brings a lot to Seattle, brings a lot to the game, and he's just a great player, great person, honestly, and he is the best corner in the game.